It's a big welcome to Vineyard Sessions, another great show. We've got the Strays joining us on the couch, plus Alex Formosa and a lot more. Plus on the beat. Stay with us. Great show. What a pleasure it is to have Vineyard Sessions and international feel. Alex Formosa Baudo. All right, so you're one of Australia's most renowned drummers.
Oh,
with that, you're also a singer-songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
Were you playing the drums? When did the drums go? Wow, the
Pots and
drums
pans. Pots and pans at home.
Pots and pans.
Pots and pans, and then the drummer from the Little Band, Derek Pellicci, gave me a little, sort of like a toy drum at Christmas time. And I just didn't stop from there. I was about 14 at the time.
At 14?
Yeah.
Now, you did the pub circuit with the bands.
Mm-hmm.
You played with a lot of bands. We
Yeah.
were talking about Russell Morris. We're talking about a huge amount of Paul Kelly.
Paul Kelly.
Keep going. Give me some more.
Ian Moss, did a lot of stuff with a lot of sessions, records, and so on and so on.
So when did the singing take over? Because generally, drummers aren't singers, lead singers. Okay, well, I'm thinking Phil Collins. I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah. Don Henley.
Don Henley, yeah, well, that's a good one. Well, he ended up having to come out front.
Yeah.
So tell me how you balance that from the drums usually at the back.
I started writing songs on piano. We had a little upright piano at home, and we just started tingling away. I started tingling away on a couple of keys, started writing songs, developing a voice, and off I went. And I decided to do demos, and that's pretty much how I did it. And after that, it was like pedaling a bike.
Now, you've written some amazing songs and co-written some amazing songs. Mark Hunter, tell me when you first introduced to the sounds of Dragon.
I was about 16 or 17 at the time when I saw Mark first time with Sunshine on Countdown.
Yes.
And I was really hypnotised by the band, and I thought the great players, great song,
Yes.
and everything. And I remember he did sing live. He didn't mind,
Yes.
which I thought was really special. And then I met him. I met him at home. He came around one day to the family house, and that's how I met him and developed a friendship.
Wow. Now, the songs you've written with Mark, there's quite a few nice ones there.
Well, there's one. There's one called Volavia, which is Fly Away in English, and it's a song that I found accidentally at his home after he passed.
Yep.
On a cassette, and it wasn't finished, and I basically did an Italian translation or Italian lyric to it, and it's on this next album, which is
Okay,
about to be
which is
released.
the Mark Hunter songbook.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about that, please. Tell me the songs that you've chosen for it, because you're saying before, there's well over 20 songs.
Oh yeah.
And you've had to cut it down to how many?
10, 11.
10 or 11. So, how did you do that? Because there's some great songs.
Okay. What happened was a few years ago, I started doing these tribute shows for Mark because he was a very close friend of mine, and I wanted to keep the torch burnt for him, and wanted to make people understand what a special, gifted artist he was. So I started doing these shows, including a lot of people, guest artists and stuff, etc. Basically, I decided to record an album around the show,
Yep.
and we had picked about 25 tunes. And of course 25 tunes would have been too many.
Yes.
So we narrowed down to about 11. And it goes into a cross-section of Mark's catalogue, which is also his solo works as well, because he had 5 really great solo records apart from the Dragon success.
Yep.
And so you got all the hits. You got April Sun, Are You Old Enough, Rain, but also Communication, which is the title track of the album.
Yes, yes.
And etc.
Did you rearrange any of the originals?
Yeah, I didn't want to do it track, note for note.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would have been silly. You know?
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to have my own interpretation of it. So they're all kind of my arrangements, if you will.
And do you have a favourite? Is it possible to have a favourite?
No.
You can't.
They're all very good. They're such
Because
strong tunes.
they were such power ballads, some of his ballads,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then they had the raw,
Yeah.
April Sun in Cuba was so raw. And
Yeah, well, that's a different version altogether on the album. It's kind of like almost like a dance mix on that one.
Yeah.
So I tried to mix it up as much as I can or could, because it's just finished.
It's going to be a great show. Alex, once again, I can't thank you enough for joining us
Thank you
on
for having
our
me.
new Vineyard Sessions in 2016 with an international feel with Alex Formosa Baudo.
10 years in the jailer's eye, and I'm thinking about my baby, looking at my life go by. Falling in the streets of Rome, and I'm laughing at the poor man, talking to the blind man. See the lady in the streetcar lights, call her all up to loose. The television and the red, red wine. So won't you tell me the truth? Are you old enough? Are you old enough? Are you old enough? Are you old enough for love? Time goes on, here we stand, laughing at the sideshow, sinking in the quicksand. Oh yeah. The other side of another world, I scratch my back for the colored girl. Oh yeah. Now I just wanted to kiss someone. I got the moondog blues, and you just happen to be standing there. So won't you tell me the truth? Are you old enough? Are you old enough? Are you old enough? And are you old enough for love? Are you old enough? Are you old enough? Are you old enough now? Are you old?
On set here at Vineyard Sessions, and joining me, the dynamic trio. We've got the Strays. Now, I've got Dizzy with me now, lead vocals. Thanks for joining us, man. I've got bass man Jake over here, and I've got the Kid on drums. Hey, boys, thanks for joining us. Now, let's go back. How do you describe your music? It's high octane something. What is it?
Yeah, well,
Wow.
I guess it's rockabilly. I guess kind of like a neo kind of rockabilly, you know, which is kind of like the second wave sort of thing, you know, comes from that kind of mix of the 80s back to the original 50s stuff, you know.
I saw you guys play the other night. You just can't sit still. I mean, man, as a drummer, you don't stop, and as a bass man, you don't stop. Tell me about your influences on bass in the early days, please. I'm really interested in that, Jake.
I picked it up from my father.
Yep.
He used to play in just 50s rock and roll sort of band, so had it in the house, wasn't allowed to touch it, so
Did your house vibrate a lot? Was there a lot of vibration in your house
Of
growing
course.
up to bass? Because that's all I know. If you're playing near someone with a bass, it just the whole place vibrates.
Sure does.
Yeah, sure does. Kid, drums. Tell me about the drums and how you got involved with these three guys apart from this man being your brother.
That man being my brother. Well, he was the one that actually taught me how to play drums from a very early age. starting from the age of 2. Went on to play with my other brother D on this show called Pot of Gold, which a lot of you
remember
know,
that.
yeah, back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So I've been playing drums for about 23 years now, and I'm only 25. So it's a good resume. My two favourites, I have to say, Slim Jim Phantom from the Stray Cats, of course, and also Tommy Lee from Motley Crue.
You come out banging, man. You come out
Appreciate
banging.
it, man.
Hey, now tell me, you were telling me before about meeting up with the guys, the original guys, and actually going on tour with them. You know, you've really been acknowledged by these guys. Tell me how that made you feel, and actually what you did with them.
Sure, yeah, I mean, it's quite a buzz, you know. I guess it started maybe in about 2006 when Slim Jim Phantom came to Australia, and we had a band, me and Kid and my brother D, called Runaway Boys, and we did a support for him then, and we got to meet him, and you know, we kind of kept in touch with him for many years after that, and then just March and April just gone, me and Jake did a tour with Slim Jim Phantom and Glenn Matlock, the original Sex Pistols bass player.
Gee, that's great.
And yeah, we did an Australian tour with him as their guitarist and bass player, and yeah, you know, it was nice to get his blessing about the Strays, and you know, kind of paying tribute to the Stray Cats music there. So.
Yeah, yeah. What about your own stuff, your own original stuff? You must, being so talented as you guys are, you must have a plethora of original stuff.
Sure,
You're bringing
yeah.
something out soon?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're working on our on an album right now, which is 15 original tracks, and you know, that'll be due for release in the next couple of months. But also, I mean, we all write songs, and we write songs from different kind of styles that we're into and stuff as well. You know, Kid does a lot of modern music as well, and yeah, I mean, the band we had before that, Runaway Boys, was a full original band, and you know, we managed to get some songs on Triple J and things like that. So we do write our own stuff too. Yeah,
Right.
So, yeah.
What are you going to rockabilly rebel with us today, guys? What are you going to play?
A Stray Cat song, Rumble in Brighton, which is one of our
Love
favourites
it,
to
love
play.
it.
You know?
Well, if you need any percussions, there's always someone in the kitchen here at Vineyard Sessions who'll
Get on the spoons.
He'll get on the spoons or a glass or anything like that as an add-in. So they won't get any royalties for their performance. But
Sure.
hey guys, look, thanks for joining us on the couch at Vineyard Sessions.
No worries.
I know the viewers at home are going to absolutely love. You're not going to be able to sit down when you hear these guys play. Vineyard Sessions, where it's all about music. See you soon.
And here's a little one by the Stray Cats called Rumble in Brighton.
Attention all music lovers, would you love to be a reporter on Vineyard Sessions? It's open casting. Send us your details, and that's right, you could be on telly as the next reporter on Vineyard Sessions. We are on the beat tonight, and we're going to the Paris Cat Jazz Club. We're right out the door. We're going to go and have a talk to the proprietor and, of course, see what's happening here tonight. Let's go. It's my pleasure to introduce Serge Carnevale here from the Paris Cat Jazz Club. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Interesting building, over 3 floors. Firstly, how long have you been here for?
We've been here 10 years now. We opened in 2005, and it's been very challenging but exciting at the same time.
The jazz feel, it reeks of it walking around here. Did you go over to Paris, and did you copy this from anything over in Paris? Because it's very unique.
The inspiration for the club was basically to pay tribute to the post-war clubs of France. They've got an amazing scene over there, over 40 jazz clubs in Paris, and so I had a look around, and there's some beautiful clubs, and certainly, it inspired me to come to Melbourne and do something similar.
Now, with the feel of the place and the amount of work that you've done, give me an idea of the amount of work that you had to do to get it to the way you wanted it from when you originally took it over 10 years ago.
Well, basically, when we acquired the space, the building was completely empty. We started in the basement, which was the first room that we set up, put in a stage and a bar and everything else. We started in the basement. I think we did about 2 years there. Then we came up to the gallery, and we needed another area, and we set this up. And recently, or actually in fact January this year, we opened up our loft on the 3rd level.
Now, with all the different levels that you've got here, the 3 levels, does that mean you have different acts on each level, or do you predominantly have one downstairs, one upstairs, the loft, or how does it work?
Well, generally we do around 10 gigs a week at the club. On a Friday and Saturday we feature 3 shows. So you can come and see a 7 o'clock show in the basement, an 8:30 show up in the loft, and then back down downstairs at 9:30 for our late, what we call our late show. So 3 shows on a Friday, 3 on a Saturday, and 1 or 2 on a Wednesday or Thursday, depending on who's touring.
That leads me to my next question about the following of jazz in Melbourne. It's obviously strong to sustain your business for the last 10 years. Is it getting stronger? Where is the jazz scene going, in your opinion?
Oh, look, we've got a culture in Melbourne where people love the laneways, and this club attracts a lot of tourists. We've seen that grow over the years with our rankings on TripAdvisor and a lot of the reviews we get. So look, it's growing all the time. Unique sort of performing art spaces are a really cool thing to go and visit, and I can only see that getting stronger as we hopefully move into the next 5 or 6 years. Here we are in our basement. This is where it all started. It's a fantastic little space, and last October we had Robbie Williams turn up with his 20-piece big band while they were on tour. We got a call on a Monday afternoon, and they decided they wanted to come in and have a bit of a jam, and so we decided to open up, and one of the security guards walked in and said, "Can I have a look around?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "Is everything all right?" And he said, "Yeah, just need to have a look at the exits." And he said, because Robbie Williams is walking down Queen Street.
Mr. Robbie Williams himself, I mean, that must have been a real buzz. What was he like? Is he funny, or did he take place over? Did he go dance on the bar, or was he typical Robbie Williams, or what did he do?
Oh, he was actually on tour with his father, and so he was pretty low key, but a beautiful guy, and just a gentleman. He loved the space and had a great night. Thanked me at the end of it, and we got a couple of really nice tickets to the following night, and we had a fantastic time.
Any other names that come to mind that have been down here that international acts, Serge?
International, we actually, one night I walked in, and I in fact finished doing a gig myself, and I walked in, it was pretty quiet, and I looked over in the corner, and Bob Dylan was sitting there, and I said to my brother, I said, "Bob Dylan's in tonight," and he came downstairs, he said, is it that guy? And I said, "Yeah, that's Bob Dylan." He said, "Oh shit," he goes, "I charged him." That's a true story, but he was lovely too. But look, we had some of the Stings band come in, Michael Bublé, so a lot of the touring guys like to visit the club.
Yeah, I can see why. Look, it's so you put so much work into it, and the place just fits. It reeks of jazz. You know, it's absolutely remarkable place. Once again, thank you so much for sharing us and taking on us a bit of a tour of the Paris Cat Jazz Club. Thanks, Serge.
Cheers, thank you.
We'll be back more with On the Beat. Ciao for now. We're ready to rock at Vineyard Sessions. We're just waiting on the City Sharps to roll up. I'm not too sure where they are, but they're going to be around here somewhere, I hope. Excellent. These guys actually rock. City Sharps, we're waiting for them to roll up. Here, oh my, ho, ho, ho! The City Sharps have arrived. Let's rock at Vineyard Sessions.
Touch me gently from this dream. Do not wake me. My heart's been broken a lot. Let the wet spot like a gunshot. Pain from this adventure. I love you, but don't you ever. Now's all covered in blood and sins. That's enough. That's enough. Enough to wash away all of our sins. Water and blood. Water and blood. What you do and what you did, the ride, the fight of life lives. The need to notice, novice advice, waiting for the way the wine wait all night out. Kansas City, through the buildings, mistaken love for something that was saved there. Now's all covered in blood and sins. That's enough. That's enough. Enough to wash away all of our sins. Water and blood. Water and blood. I'm getting sick of the loud thunder. Who knows what's in the heart we don't declare? Greatest plans got us under. I love my baby, but I can't control That's enough. That's enough. Enough to wash away all of our sins. Water and blood. Water and blood. Now's all covered in blood and sins. That's enough. That's enough. Enough to wash away all of our sins. Water and blood. Water and blood. What went wrong? Can't get enough. Water and blood.
It's a big thanks to everybody for watching Vineyard Sessions and, of course, our special guests. Go to our Facebook page, give us a like, check out our website, and we'll see you next week on Vineyard Sessions. Remember, it's all about music.